Hey guys, okay, video 3 in our online party boot camp. This is a topic I'm super passionate about, like crazy passionate. Oh my gosh, so I apologize in advance if I start ranting and rambling. This is one that hits home for me, so I just want to explain everything to you guys, and I want us to work together to improve your hostess coaching. How many of you coach your hostess? Okay, by coach your hostess, I don't mean send her this big long party script or this big long scripted message that maybe you got from one of your uplines. Like, we're all a little bit guilty of that, right? I've done it in the past. The thing is that it doesn't work, okay? So the difference between, sorry, I have my nose itches. The difference between having a ton of parties that don't qualify, or not the difference, I should say, the way to close the gap. Listen, the way to close the gap between having a ton of parties and most of them don't qualify to having fewer parties with greater success is in your relationship with the hostess and the party guests, okay? So this starts with your relationship with the hostess. It's easy to tell your mom what to do. It's easy to tell your best friend, hey, I need you to post in your parties and stuff like that. It's a little bit harder when you don't know the person, right? So I'm going to give you some resources right now. So I want you guys to grab a pen and paper and I want you to take some notes, okay? I'm not going to give you a script. I don't believe that you need a script. I believe that it needs to be authentic and genuine. So I'm not going to tell you word for word what to do or what to say, but I am going to give you some guidelines to help you along the way, okay? All right, so first things first, pick your hostess, okay? So you found a hostess, she's agreed to host a party, that's where we're at now. Then what do? Well, you're gonna sit down and talk to her, and you can do this face-to-face if she's local. You can do it on the phone. I know phone calls scare people, but let me tell you why it's important that you actually get her out of Facebook Messenger and have a legitimate conversation with her. It's just more personal. She's gonna be more committed to it. Anybody can ignore or forget. I forget about my Facebook Messenger all the time. Ask any presenter on my team. I might not reply for like 3 days. I'm really bad about it. And other people are too, especially like busy moms. Dude, we're not paying attention in our messenger 24/7, most likely. So set some time aside to get her on the phone or Skype. When I first started with Unique, I thought, gosh, maybe I just want to talk to her about her party. How can I do that if she lives in Alaska? And I lived in Georgia. So I was like, okay, hey, do you have some time to Zoom sometime this week, or Skype or FaceTime, anything like that? And I know that kind of freaks a lot of people out, and you're probably already thinking like, whoa, I did not sign up to be somebody's BFF, right? Like, we are not gonna talk on the phone. Here's the thing, it's like a 10-minute conversation. And the return that you're gonna get from that conversation is so worth the 10 minutes, I promise. The payout that you receive in time when you start doing this consistently, those 10-minute conversations, you're gonna start to just love them. They're gonna become your favorites, okay? So, what do you talk to your hostess about on the phone? Well, first off, you want to find out what products she's interested in, what products work for her life. You're not gonna go into a party with 10 stay-at-home moms and talk about eyeshadow palettes, because chances are they don't care about wearing eyeshadow most days. I'm a work-from-home mom. I don't wear eyeshadow most days, and I sell makeup for a living. I like my base face, my easy products, right? My easy products that work for my life. That's what you want to pull out of your hostess. You want to find out what products work for her life. So for me, it's primer, BB cream, bronzer, mascara, lip gloss. Boom, 5. That's it. That's all that I wear 90% of the time. Well, and now the brow stuff, of course, because brows. Okay, so you need to figure out what's gonna work best for your hostess, because if you're posting about products that she doesn't care about, guess what? She's not gonna care about the party, okay? So get into her head, pick 5 products, have her go to your website, pick out 5 products that she would really benefit from having in her life every single day, products that she'll actually use. Find out what those products are, and then kind of have in your head, okay, if she's into these products, if that's most likely what her network is going to be into, right? Because birds of a feather. So have her pick out 5 products, okay? And I say 5 products because, well, I'll get into this in another video, but You don't want to overload the party with all of our products, okay? I'm a big fan of mascara only parties for the first like 6 days, and then you kind of throw in some other products in there. But again, we'll talk about that later. Hostess coaching. Okay, so you want to have a goal to get her a few of these products for free. That's the whole point in her having a party, right? She wants free products. You want her contacts. And you guys work together to make that happen. And how you work together is by having a relationship with your hostess, okay? You don't have to be best friends. It's fine. You don't have to talk to her every day on the phone, but you do need to facilitate communication. And in my personal experience, it works better when you get it outside of Facebook Messenger. I have made hostess coaching videos and sent that to people. I have done voice messages. I have done Skype messages. I have talked on the phone. I have sent emails. Hands down, 1000% of the time, the results are the best when we FaceTime or when we talk on the phone. Okay, if I send a video, maybe they watch it, maybe they don't, maybe they forget what it says. If I send them wording, they read it, and then it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. But when you have a real conversation with someone and they connect back, and then there's a positive exchange of communication, that sticks a little bit better, okay? So get over your fears and get them on the phone. I'm a big fan of like FaceTime or Skyping people, because then I get to learn a little bit about their personality that way, and then it just kind of helps me understand how to connect with them and their audience, like, and their network. So get them on the phone, okay? Get them on the phone. I'm a big supporter in that. Get them on the phone. Talk to them. Build a relationship with that hostess. It's going to help set you up after the party when you offer her the opportunity too. So you want to already have that rapport and that connection there. Okay, so you set the tone for the party, you set the tone for her experience. Now, the number one thing about online parties is the experience that you are selling. You are not selling makeup, you're selling the experience of the party. Okay, remember that, write that down. I am not selling makeup, I am selling the experience of the party, okay? And it's your responsibility to make that experience one that the hostess and all of her guests want to duplicate and keep. Like, if you have a super rockin' party, all of the guests or most of the guests are gonna be like, oh my gosh, I wanna have an online party. This was so much fun. But if it's kind of a dull party, you're gonna get crickets, right? So you don't want crickets. You wanna work to avoid the crickets. Okay. Ask her questions and have her ask you questions. Make sure that you say, all right, hey, do you have any questions for me? Is there anything that you'd like me to talk about or not talk about? Is there anything that you don't want to see happen with your party? That kind of stuff. All right, so make sure to ask questions and communicate back and forth when you're on this phone call. Also, I'm a big fan of setting a goal. Now, I set the same goal for all of my parties, and it's just because it's an easy goal. $500. I want a $500 party every time. Is every party going to hit $500 in sales? No, of course not. But most will qualify if you are aiming a lot higher and if you are doing all of these other steps, okay? So you're still going to have parties that don't qualify. You're still going to have parties that don't get sales. That's just the way that it is. It's parties. That's part of it, right? But you have to fail over and over and over and over and over and over again sometimes before you get that really good rockin' party. The top party, my biggest Facebook party was, I think it did about $2,400 in sales. You know what we sold? We sold primer and cream foundation, and I sold a ton of it because my hostess was very engaged. She's now a presenter on my team, by the way. My hostess was super engaged. I was super connected to what her friends and network needed. I couldn't go in and talk about the products that I love or that I wore with that party. I had to figure out what they wanted, and they wanted cream foundation and primer. So keep that in mind, right? So be flexible and learn what your audience wants. Learn the products that are going to work for their life. And again, when you're connecting with your hostess, you're going to have an idea of what her network. Chances are they're all going to want similar products. Okay, most likely. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to stay on track. I could talk about hostess coaching for days. So I always set my party goal at $500. Okay, like I said, some qualify, some don't. Sometimes they totally bomb, sometimes they rock, okay, and the rockin' parties are the best. They're so much fun. So they keep you coming back for more. make sure that you tell your hostess that you have a $500 goal for her party. Like, hey, I am hoping to get you a bunch of free goodies, and so I think we're gonna set your goal at $500. And that's actually not that hard if you are connecting with your friends and helping me out with this, okay? Don't ever tell your hostess, girlfriend, I will do all the work. You just invite your friends and I'll take care of everything else. Don't do that, because that's literally what will happen. You will do all of the work and then she will not earn anything, and then it's just not good. So you guys have to work together. You and your hostess are a team for her parties, okay? Always, 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 always think about this. I don't know, maybe some of you have worked in like restaurants. So I used to wait tables, and if there's a couple who came in, right? If there's a guy and a girl and they came in and they're obviously on a date, or married, or what, like you can kind of tell when a couple's been together and they're comfortable. Any good server knows that you don't work over the husband. This is kind of stereotypical, but let's just for the sake of the bad analogy I'm going to give you, let's just say very stereotypical couple, guy's going to pay the bill, right? Any good server with any kind of experience knows you don't work the guy for the tip. You work the girl for the tip, because chances are she's the one in charge. He might be paying, but she's going to say, she was really good, make sure to give her a good tip most of the time. So keep that in mind with your parties. You're not working the party guests, you're working the hostess. Keep this in mind. For you to have a rockin' party, you got to work your hostess. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Add questions below if you have them. But what I will tell you is, if you're rocking your hostess and you're helping her and you're empowering her to get in there and get involved and communicate with her guests and all of that stuff, and the orders start coming in, guess what? It's going to validate her and she's going to keep going. It's going to be a little bit better. And then you're going to get all these orders. You're going to get all these new contacts, all right? That's how it works. We're networking, okay? Through relationships. So encourage your hostess to post things like ask questions about makeup. If you guys want to play games, have your hostess play the games. Have her post the games, right? And then you help her with the games. Have her message. She needs to be private messaging people, and we'll get into that when I talk about groups and stuff. She's got to be private messaging people. You want her to post on her Facebook wall that she's doing this party. She's got to be proactive. So remember in the other video I said if you want the results, you have to do the work. It's the same thing for hostesses. If they want the results of the party doing really well and having free makeup, they've got to work for it. Like, they don't just like, okay, I just put all of my Facebook contacts into this group. Now go make me a lot of, like, sell me or make me a lot of free makeup. Like, go get me my free makeup, please. That's not how it works. But you facilitate the conversation. So take it upon yourself to connect with your hostess. Okay, we're going to wrap it up right now because this one's kind of long. Sorry. Connect with your hostess. Find out what products are going to work for her, and as a result you'll find out what works for her friends, and those are the products that you want to really kind of learn more about. You don't have to know every single thing about every single product to have a good online party, not at all. In fact, I don't want you to post about every single product in your online parties, and hopefully I made that clear earlier. You just need to know about the products that are going to work for that hostess, okay? And in time, you learn more and more about all of the products. Connection with her, set a goal for the party, let her know what that goal is, let her know that you might, if you can do like a referral type thing, like, hey, if you have 3 friends book a party off of your party, then I'll send you a free product or something along those lines, right? You have to figure out what's going to work for your business. I can't give you the play-by-play, but I'm giving you some tools, okay? Take this and create your own hostess coaching sort of method. That's the point here, is connect with your hostess, find out what products are going to work for her, find out what her network kind of likes, engage with her, work together, and your parties are going to do so much better than if you are not paying any real attention to your hostess. If you're not working your hostess and you're just worried about working the party, your parties aren't going to do as well as if you really connect with the hostess. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more when we talk about parties, like the content of the parties. But for hostess coaching, remember, that hostess is she's your bread and butter for the party, okay? So if you want the results of the party, you got to do the work with the hostess. All right, guys, stay tuned.